everybody, I'm Sabrina Clarke and welcome back to my channel. Now it is the first Sunday of a brand new month, this time first Sunday of April, so as you are probably guessing, I'm going to be giving you guys my March favorites. Now in this video I'll be giving you my favorite makeup, miscellaneous, and music items slash things, and it's gonna be great. I hope you guys had an amazing Easter with your families or with people who love you, and remember that there's always somebody you can talk to. Even if it's me, if you want to shoot me an email, all of my contact information will be down below in the description box. If you ever want to talk about anything, I'm always here. Disclaimer, I'm coming down from being sick, not really like contagious sick like a cold, but my allergies have hit, so I may cough from time to time or like clear my throat, you know, I'm fine. I'm alive. I just have been dealing with some allergies. Also, apologies if the lighting keeps going in and out. You know, I love to use my natural lighting, and here in the city, the sun likes to poke back and forth between the clouds. I also apologize if I keep looking down. I don't know why I just keep looking down. I'll just try not to. But if you would like to see my March favorites, aka the things that I've been loving or have loved in the month of March, then please keep watching. So the first category that I have to talk about is makeup. Now I only have 2 items in this category, but they're pretty good items. So just to jump right into it, the first is the Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette. I got this in the shade medium to dark, and I've honestly been loving it. I purchased it at the end of February / beginning of March, and it was just staring at me in Target and it said new, and I was like, okay, maybe I should try it because I don't really have anything that I use to contour with, and honestly I've been loving it so much. It is comprised of 3 powder based shades. The first is a contour shade, the second in the middle here is the sculpt shade, and the one on the right is the highlight. The contour shade is, I think it's got a lot of, it's got kind of a red undertone, but it's nothing too dirty or muddy or brick or anything. On my complexion, it comes out really nice and naturally, so it's nothing too heavy or weird. The sculpt color here, I use to set my under eye concealer when I'm highlighting, because I like to use an extra light highlighter, or like a highlighting concealer, like a cream concealer, and I like to set it with something that's a little bit darker so it kind of neutralizes the color out, and I think that this works pretty well. It's, once again, very natural, and it doesn't make anything look too cakey, and it sets everything nicely in place. And the last shade here is a highlight shade. It's really goldy, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. When you kind of move it back and forth in the light, it kind of has a little bit of red in it, and I think that it is really pretty. I would say that my skin has kind of yellowy undertones, so I think that these colors very nicely complement my skin tone, and what I love is that it has a cute little diagram up top here that tells you how to use all of the shades and like where to put them and things like that, so I think that's really helpful. But absolutely been loving this. Pick it up from Target, that's where I found it. I'm sure it's in drugstores or anything else, and if I find it online, I'll link it down below as well. The next makeup favorite that I have is actually something that I've had for over a year now. I talked about this in my What's in My Bag video a couple weeks ago, and I'm here to tell you again about it. It is the Smith's Minted Rose Lip Balm. Now if you don't have this, you should probably find it somewhere. I got it in a goodie bag at a fashion show, at a charity fashion show in high school last year, and I have not put it down since. We got it in February. It's been a year and a month and some since I've had it, and it's only halfway finished. It's this nice pink, kind of Vaseline type texture. It is tinted in the tin, but it doesn't transfer as pink or anything, it just transfers as translucent, and it's just really nice. It has, because it's minted rose, it does have a little bit of a hint in terms of being able to get rid of anything on your skin or on your lips, and it's just really great, and it's nice and cheap too. I think it's like $1. I saw this in, you know, those little clear bins at the checkout of like Charlotte Russe or Forever 21, places like that. You can usually find these there, but if I find it online, I will link it down below. The next category of favorites that I have for you guys is miscellaneous. Now, the only thing I have in this category is Tumblr. I have never been a lover of Tumblr. I have never liked it. I always thought that it was weird, or I didn't really get the concept, and then I was like, you know what, let me just branch out and get a Tumblr, and I did, and I love it 100%. And so my Tumblr is just like a hodgepodge of a lot of things. As I said before, everything is linked down below, so you can find my Tumblr page down there, but I've really been loving it this month. I don't know, it's really cool to find different pictures of places that people have been to or have wanted to go to, and I don't know, it's just really cool. It's really awesome. I don't know what else to say about it other than that you should get a Tumblr if you don't have one, or follow me on Tumblr and all of my other social media that are linked down below. The final category that I have for you guys for my March favorites is music. I've been listening to so much music in the month of March, it's kind of ridiculous. I've been listening to so many different types of music. By the end of the month, I was hardcore into trap, whereas like in the beginning of the month, I started listening to like alternative, and it was just, my mind has just been expanded by the amount of music I've been listening to. So I'm going to share with you guys a few songs that I've been loving. I have an entire list of the music that I've been listening to, and I'm going to try and get through it as quickly as possible. So here we go. The first on my list is the band Mother, their album called Centerfold. Now, you guys know in my favorite TV shows video, I talked about my favorite guilty pleasure TV show, Gossip Girl, and one of the cast members, Penn Badgley, who was also in Easy A. If you haven't seen that film, it's hilarious. Go watch it. He is actually in a band called Mother, spelled M-O-T-H-X-R, and they have really cool music. They're incredibly new, and their first album just came out, and I'm in love with it. It's called Centerfold, and I decided to buy it in order to support them as artists, because I like previewed some of the tracks on iTunes, and I've absolutely been loving it. So one of the songs on the album that I've been loving is called Fight the Feeling. So that is Fight the Feeling by the band Mother on their album Centerfold. You can go pick it up on iTunes. It's also on Spotify if you want to listen to it for free, etc. But been loving that song and that entire album. The way I listen to albums is I have to listen to them from top to bottom all the way through, like multiple times, in order to really embrace it and really like it, and 100% love that. So the next music thing that I have is actually a playlist from Spotify. It is called Majestic Casual, and I found it because I follow one of my favorite Australian YouTubers, Cardia Milan, on Spotify, and she was listening to it, and she has really an awesome music taste, and a lot of the things that I listen to now are because she listens to it, and I heard it, and it was cool, so I was like, let's check this playlist out. But it's called Majestic Casual, and the little description that Spotify has says, get Majestic Casual, best new music every day, and it features artists like Snake Hips, Odessa, Kaytranada, Muramasa, Hippie Sabotage, Jamie XX, and it's basically just, you know, music that helps you transcend. It feels really airy and vibey, and it's the kind of thing you would listen to if you want to study. You know, you can like put it really low, and it's just really airy and really cool to listen to. So I listen to that sometimes when I'm going to sleep. I'll just like set a timer for it to go off, for the music to turn off after a certain amount of time, and it just helps me fall asleep. It's like really calming music. The next music thing that I've been loving is another album, and it is by G-Eazy called When It's Dark Out. Now, I started listening to G-Eazy probably in 2014, but very briefly. My favorite band, The Neighborhood, featured him on a track on their mixtape, and I was like, oh, who is this guy? And I realized that I'd seen him in a cypher battle online or something. I was like, oh, this guy raps really well, maybe I should listen to his music. And I started listening to his music, and I found that I really identified with it. In 2015, he came out with an album called When It's Dark Out, and I absolutely love it. It's really hardcore. It's, I think, like 22 tracks long or something like that. But as I said, when I listen to albums, I listen to them from top to bottom, all the way through, multiple times. And that's just what I've been doing recently with his music. It's a really good album. I highly recommend it. I haven't bought it because I don't want to buy it, but I have been listening to it on Spotify endlessly. One of my favorite songs is You Got Me, also Order More. But, I mean, it's all explicit content, so viewer discretion is not viewer. What does the little thing say? Parental advisory, explicit content. There you go. So, watch out, kids. The final music thing that I have to share with you guys is finally, last but not least, my SoundCloud March 2016 playlist. Now, as you guys may or may not know, every single month on SoundCloud I create a new playlist, and I like to keep it that way because I will end up listening to those songs on that playlist throughout the entire month incessantly and non-stop. And so by the end of the month I get sick of the songs, which is kind of good because then I'm ready to move on to the next month, you know? So I'm going to show you guys a couple of songs that I've been loving off of my March 2016 playlist. And yeah, if you guys don't already know, I'm a huge fan of Drew McDonald. He is another YouTuber. We have the same music, very similar music tastes. I would say same, yeah. And he is also a musician. He's like coming out with his own music, and I've been loving a couple of his tracks. Most specifically, my favorite song by him is Peach, Arizona. Peach, Arizona. I've been loving that track because it's really easy and like flowy, and it's just, you know what I mean? It's just something that's just so great to listen to. Drew, if you're watching this, I love you so much. Your content is absolutely amazing. I will link his channel below. His videos are honestly so sick. I think that he's absolutely amazing. But Drew, don't stop making music. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Another one of the tracks that I've been loving off of my March 2016 playlist has got to be the song Never Be Like You by Flume featuring Kai. And shout out to Drew McDonald also because he loves this song too. Complete coincidence, I swear. I'm not obsessed with him. I am a little bit, but okay. But if you've never heard of Flume, he's a house artist. Don't quote me on that because I don't understand music genres. But he makes house music and not dubstep per se, but that kind of electronica type of music. And this song, it's got 19.5 million plays on SoundCloud, so, I mean, that should tell you it's pretty popular. But if you haven't heard it, here we go. Here's a little taste. I would give anything to change this fickle-minded heart, but lost fake shiny things, and I'm missing you. I'll never be like you. That song just like does things, you know what I'm saying? It just makes you feel it in your soul. My roommate and I, honestly, we always listen to it. Every time we're getting ready to go out, it's like the last song we play before we leave. Please excuse the lighting, as I said before. I love music. Wow. Wow. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing the things that I loved or have been loving recently, especially in the month of March. And be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe so that you guys can see when I upload. I tend to upload every Sunday between the hours of 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. leave me a comment down below if you want to share the music things that you've been loving recently, or just in general. If, again, like I said, if you ever want to talk about anything, email me down below. I have a specific email that's like set for my subscribers and things like that, and woo, do it. That's pretty much all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching again, and I'll see you next Sunday between the hours of 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. Bye!